This week in the Missouri Senate, we preview the fiscal year 2024 state operating budget.
We don't have the opportunity that we have this year very often.
I'm always reluctant to say too many nice things about the budget.
Missouri's fiscal year runs July 1st through June 30th. Last week, we talked about the supplemental and capital improvements budgets, plus other pieces of the total that happened during an existing fiscal year. This week, our focus is on the 13 appropriations measures that make up the total budget for the next fiscal year. Senator Lincoln Hough of Springfield chairs the Missouri Senate Appropriations Committee. He calls the improvements proposed for I-70 through our state one of the most shovel-ready.
You've seen already roughly $1 billion worth of investment on that. You saw a project in and around the Columbia area. We've had some bridge projects in the St. Louis area.
Missouri Senate President Pro Tem Caleb Rowden of Columbia says he believes this budget to look beyond just the new fiscal year.
Opportunity for investment in so many key areas, I-70 and a whole host of things that benefit the state in such a tremendous way. We're not going to let small things or things that maybe are distractions get in the way of the big picture.
Missouri Senate Minority Floor Leader John Rizzo of Independence says the spending reductions the Missouri House of Representatives proposed for libraries and hiring inclusions were restored in the Missouri Senate.
This is always a constant thing with him. I'm relieved that they weren't insane. When the bar is set so far to the right, when you meet just to the left of that, you haven't won a victory.
Senator Doug Beck of St. Louis adds he is also glad the DEI funding was returned to the budget.
In my mind, and I think a lot of my colleagues on our side of the aisle would say that this is another fake culture war meant to distract.
Senator Rusty Black of Chillicothe, who serves on the Missouri Senate Appropriations Committee, says education does well in the new budget.
Fully funding the foundation formula. Transportation was fully funded. Other grant type thing like the minimum salary, the $38,000 minimum salary for teachers.
Senator Lauren Arthur of Kansas City, who also serves on the panel, says the $17 provider rate was dropped to $16 an hour in a compromise.
I was disappointed that we didn't fairly compensate them, but I was happy to see an increase. And after seeing years and years of cuts to that budget bill in previous years, I'm happy that we're finally making needed investments and moving in the right direction.
Missouri senators also say the fiscal year 2024 budget will probably be the last to include federal funding from the COVID-19 pandemic. While the governor has already signed some of the legislation to come from this year's regular legislative session, he still has until July 14th to sign, veto, or let measures become law without his signature. And remember, you can follow these and other issues facing the Missouri Senate, plus see a complete list of truly agreed to and finally passed legislation by visiting our website, senate.mo.gov. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Dean Morgan.